Hey there, Derek. I haven't heard from you yet today, so wanted to check on your schedule. Are you going to be working late again tonight? Erica's getting pretty hungry, so I was thinking about starting dinner without you.
Yeah, sorry, babe. I still have a bunch of work to finish before I can go home tonight.
I understand you're busy, but could you please message me a bit sooner when you're going to be home late like this? It would help me plan our evening a lot better if you could let me know before it gets too late.
I know. I'll try and message you whenever I have time.
Does it really take that much time to send one little text? Seriously, though, I'm getting concerned about how much they're making you work over there. You're not going to have to work next Saturday, are you? You promised that you would take Erica to the park that day.
Yeah, I'll probably be good on that day. As long as I don't get called into work at the last minute, I think I'll be able to take her.
You don't sound very sure of yourself. You know how much Erica's been looking forward to going to the park with you. She'll be so disappointed if you don't keep your promise. I mean, it's your day off. Can't you just tell them no if they try to call you in?
What are you trying to do, get me fired? It's my job, Candace. If they tell me I need to work, then I need to work.
I understand that, but still, you haven't been playing with Erica at all lately. She's going to start kindergarten next year, so you'll have a lot less time to interact with her than you do now. I think you should spend as much time with her as possible now while you have the chance. I don't want you to have any regrets with her, Derek.
I know, Candace, really, I do, but I have a job to do. It's how I put food on the table. I really wish you would understand that. If I start refusing to come in when they call me, it's gonna damage my reputation around here. I'm trying to secure our future, Candace.
I know you are, Derek, and I appreciate it. But even on the days that you come home early, you go straight into the shower and then right to bed. I'm sure it won't be easy, but I wish you would make time to play with Erica more. Will you do that for me? For her?
Why do you think I agreed to take her to the park?
From what you just said, it doesn't sound like you're confident you can keep your promise, though.
Worst case scenario, if I get called into work, then you can take her to the park instead. Problem solved. She'll have fun no matter which of us takes her to the park.
She doesn't want just one or the other of us. She wants to go and have fun as a family, all three of us.
Yeah, and I get that, but I'm just saying, going to the park with just you is better than not going at all, right?
Yeah, obviously that's true, but don't forget that I have a job too. So even if it's just on the weekends, I would really appreciate it if you could take care of Erica for me from time to time. I've basically done nothing but work and housework for the last 6 months. Remember when my old friends came back into town and invited me out to dinner? I ended up not being able to go because you got called into work and I didn't have anyone to look after Erica.
I don't get it. Why didn't you just go? There's no reason you couldn't have taken her with you.
We were going out to get drinks, Derek. I can't bring a child to a bar with adult drinks all around. And I was hoping to have some time to myself.
Then why don't you take Erica to your parents' house?
They're still working too. It's not like they're home every day. Is it really too much to ask for you to look after her?
It's not like I don't want to spend time with Erica or anything. Look, once this busy season is over at work, I'll start taking her off your hands more often, okay? Is that good enough for you?
I'd be more comfortable accepting that if it weren't for the fact that this busy season seems like it's never going to end. But for now, I really just want you to keep your promise and take her to the park next Saturday. She needs time with her father more than I need a break.
All right, I got it. I'll talk to my boss and see what I need to do to make it less likely I'll get called in that day.
Thank you so much, Derek. Okay, I'll let you get back to work. Have a nice day, and see you later tonight. I'll put a plate together for you and put it in the fridge. You can warm it up whenever you get home. Derek, I'm at the hospital right now. I had to call an ambulance for Erica. Please, you need to get down here right away.
What? You called an ambulance? What for? All she has is some stupid fever.
Yeah, it is some fever. She was running a temp of 105. She passed out on the living room couch. And she wouldn't wake up no matter what I did. That's why I called an ambulance.
Yikes! Well, I'm relieved to hear that she's safe and sound at the hospital now.
You're relieved? Your daughter just passed out with an incredibly high fever. Exactly what part of this is relieving to you? Aren't you worried about her?
Of course I'm worried. I'm just in the middle of work right now.
It's your day off.
I told you this morning that I got called in. What's the matter? Do you think I'm lying to you about being at work or something?
Aren't you forgetting something, Derek? I do your laundry. I know that you always wear your suit when you leave the house, but you always bring home a dirty set of plain clothes too. Did you think I wouldn't notice?
Oh, that's just for the times when I get out early and spend some time out on the town in the evening.
What? I've been asking you to come home early when you can, but you're going out by yourself?
Hey, I work hard enough to deserve some time to myself.
Whatever, we can talk about this later. Get over to the hospital the instant you finish work today. I'll send you the address and room number in a second.
Oh, sorry, Candace, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to head out of town to one of our branch offices the next county over. I won't be back for 3 days.
Are you serious? Tell me you're not serious.
Yeah, it was really sudden for me, too. Sorry about that.
This was the day that you were supposed to take Erica to the park. Why won't you ever just tell that damn company that you're not coming in on your day off? And didn't you tell me you would work things out with your boss so you wouldn't have to go in? Do I need to remind you that your daughter is in the hospital right now?
I can't disobey a direct order from my boss, Candace. Sure, I was supposed to take her to the park and all, but she came down with that fever. I guess that means I'm off the hook then.
I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. I wish you could see the look on Erica's face right now. She is in agony. But I'm glad you've been relieved of your fatherly duties, Derek.
Calm down, it's just a fever. It'll come down eventually. And she's in the hospital with 100 doctors around her, so what are you getting all worked up about? Seriously, take a chill pill.
You know, it really doesn't seem like you're worried about Erica at all.
Nah, I'm plenty worried, trust me.
Right. Well, I've learned my lesson. It's now very clear to me that I never should have trusted you to keep your promise in the first place.
Hey, you can't talk to me like that. Are you really gonna lose your mind over a freaking fever? God, you're always like this, overreacting to every last little thing.
Reacting? Our child is unconscious from a high fever.
I heard you the first 20 times you told me that. I'm gonna be really busy while I'm out of town, so don't waste my time with any more stupid crap like this. In fact, I'm just gonna turn off this phone. I'll only need my work phone anyway.
You're telling me you don't want updates on Erica's condition? She's gonna be here at least overnight for observation.
What a waste of time. She'll wake up tomorrow morning feeling fine, and you're gonna feel really silly for blowing it out of proportion. She's at the hospital now, and there's nothing I could do for her, even if I stopped by. You can handle it by yourself.
I see. Remember what I told you last week, Derek? I don't want you to have any regrets with Erica.
Exactly what do you expect me to regret? God damn, you can be obnoxious. If you want me to be at home more often, you're gonna have to do something about that attitude. Why do you think I avoid coming home in the first place? What the? Didn't you get it when I told you I was turning off this phone? What's with all these notifications from you?
From the sound of things, you haven't heard the news yet?
News? What news? Are you talking about Erica? I'm heading home now. Can it wait until I get back? I mean, she's been discharged already, right?
I'm in the middle of a funeral. We can talk later.
What? A funeral? You mean for Erica?
No, you moron. Your boss's mother passed away. The funeral is for her.
Oh.
Didn't you say you were going to be using your work phone while out of town? I got a phone call from one of your coworkers. They said they were trying to call you on your work phone, but the calls never went through. so they had no choice but to call your house to see what was going on.
Oh, well, thanks for telling me. I'll call them back now.
You get it, don't you?
Get what?
What I'm trying to tell you?
No, I have no idea.
You can stop with the lies anytime now, Derek. I know that you weren't going out of town on business the last few days. When I told your coworker you were going to your company's branch office the next county over, do you know what he said to me? What branch office? Then when I talked to your boss, he told me that you were on paid leave right now.
I'm sorry, Candace. The truth is, I just wanted to take a little trip by myself.
I told you to stop lying to me. I know that you're not by yourself.
What are you talking about? There's nobody here but me, honest.
You think you're so clever, don't you? You really think I don't know? But actually, I've been on to you for quite some time. I thought I made that clear when I mentioned that you were bringing plain clothes to work. The late nights, going to the office on weekends, ignoring both me and Erica. I am not an idiot, you know. I can put 2 and 2 together. I know you're having an affair.
That's not true. I swear to God, I'm just really busy at work, that's all. I know I shouldn't have lied to you about going on vacation by myself. That's gonna make it super difficult to trust me for a while. But I promise you, Candace, I would never cheat on you.
You left your work laptop at home. Did you forget about that? You should have done a better job of covering your tracks. While I did feel guilty about it, I just couldn't resist. So I took a look inside.
What? That's a company laptop. You can't just look around in there. That's private company information.
You don't seem to be too worried about information security, though. You had your password on a sticky note you stuck below the screen. You're lucky I'm the one who found it, not someone who could actually use all of this information. No, I was far more interested in the fact that you left your Facebook account logged in when you closed it.
Oh, no. You didn't read my chats, did you?
I most certainly did. I took pictures. It looks like you and your mistress had a fun little getaway for yourselves this weekend. You were
I'm sorry, Candace. Look, I was never serious about her, okay? It was all just a little fling. You know, someone who I could see on weekends from time to time, have dinner, that sort of thing.
You were serious enough about her to go and see her while your daughter was in the hospital, though. I've had more than enough of you. I want a divorce as soon as possible. We can discuss the particulars once you get home.
Candace, I really want to let you know how sorry I am for everything. Can't we talk things over one more time? No lawyers? Just the two of us talking like adults, okay? What do you say? Can you and Erica come by the house this weekend?
I've already made my demands of you very clear, Derek. Divorce, child support, sole custody, end of story. There's nothing more to negotiate. If there is anything you want to say to me, you can tell it to my lawyer. So no, I will absolutely not bring Erica to see you this weekend or any other weekend ever again if I can help it.
And that's exactly why I want to talk to you. I want you to reconsider divorcing me. You're being way too hasty, don't you think?
I've given you far more time than you deserved. I telegraphed to you that I knew about your affair. I was explicit in telling you that you need to spend more time with Erica. I wanted to trust you. I wanted to believe that you could change. And so I waited. And I'm not waiting any longer for a lying, cheating, deadbeat dad like yourself to come around.
I'm sorry.
Not to mention it's been 2 weeks since I told you I wanted to divorce you. I've done a lot of thinking since then, and my resolve is just as firm as it's always been.
You're acting like 2 weeks is a long time, but it's not. We've been married for years, and you only needed 2 weeks to decide to end it?
2 weeks. It's not like I just woke up one day and thought, I think I'm gonna divorce my husband today.
I never meant for things to go this far. I didn't think me and her would continue our relationship for this long. It wasn't supposed to happen this way.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't have it in mind, seeing as though she's married too. But things are looking up for you, aren't they? After all, she's getting divorced too. Now, you can both be together in public instead of in secret.
Hey, I told you I don't want to divorce you, and I don't want to get married to her or even date her.
Are you afraid of what that might do to your career prospects? My understanding is that she's an employee at one of your company's client firms.
No, that's not it. I love you, Candace, and Erica too. I don't want to lose you.
Oh, really now? You could have fooled me. You were going out of your way to avoid spending any time with either of us at all for the last several months.
I messed up, I know that! I've done something absolutely terrible to you and Erica, but there has never been even one single moment that I stopped loving you two! Just the thought of you and Erica disappearing from my life makes me sick to my stomach! I can't live without you! You can't divorce me! You can't!
You never stopped loving us? Oh, don't make me laugh. If you loved us, why did you prioritize your mistress over us all the time? Why were you constantly lying to avoid spending time with us? Even when you knew Erica was unresponsive with a deadly high fever, you still had no qualms about leaving us behind and going on a trip with your mistress. Do you expect me to believe you loved us despite doing all of that?
But I figured once she got to the hospital, everything would be taken care of.
You have violated my trust far too many times. There is no turning back the clock anymore. But you know what? Even that wasn't enough to get me to divorce you. It made me sad to think that you didn't love me anymore, but I thought you must at least care about your daughter. Yet again, however, I was sorely mistaken.
Candace, I feel so terrible for everything I've put you through, but I want you to believe that I can change. From now on, I'm gonna be more dedicated to you and Erica than ever before, especially Erica. She's gonna be my #1 priority. I'll show you how good of a husband and father I can be.
You've already shown me how good of a husband and father you are. You're the kind of husband who has no problems lying to his wife and seeing another woman. You're the kind of father who would abandon his own daughter to see his mistress. There is nothing more I need to see, Derek. I already know what you are. I will never forgive you for what you've done, and I will never take you back.
Please! I'll do anything you want! You name it, I'll do it! Just please forgive me! Don't throw away everything we have over one little affair!
It might be one little affair in your mind, but for me and Erica, we've been betrayed by you time after time after time. Every time you made a promise, you broke it. You have no one to blame but yourself for the situation you're in right now.
I'm sorry, Candace. I'm so sorry. I don't want to get divorced. I'm begging you, please come back home.
I thought you'd be glad to get me out of the house, though. Aren't I always being obnoxious, blowing every little thing out of proportion? Wasn't I the reason you were avoiding coming home?
I shouldn't have said that, I know. I was just angry, that's all. I didn't mean any of that.
No, Derek, I'd say that the true measure of a person's feelings is how they react when they're angry. You let your guard down and your true feelings came out. I will never go back to that house, and I will never take Erica there either. I hope you can finally sleep soundly tonight, all alone in that big, empty house. Even after everything I said to him, it still wasn't enough to get the point across to Derek that we were through. He kept dragging his feet about the divorce for quite some time. However, that all changed once his parents found out about what was going on and decided to hold his feet to the fire. It didn't take long for him to consent to a divorce after that. After matters were settled with me, his next problem was his company. Word got out that he was in an adulterous relationship with a woman at his company's client firm, and that did not go over well with the higher-ups. From what I heard, his company docked his pay and demoted him several ranks as punishment for damaging the two companies' relationship. Despite his dramatically worsened position in his workplace, however, he couldn't even resign out of shame. He still has his child support payments to me that he needs to make after all. His mistress, however, quit her job immediately and moved back in with her parents. It still shocks me how Derek thought right up until the very end that he was successfully hiding the whole thing from me. I guess it just goes to show you that stupid, clueless people shouldn't have an affair. Well, actually, no one should have an affair at all, but you get what I'm saying. It really doesn't matter much at all to me what happens to my now ex-husband from this point on. As long as he continues to make his child support payments on time every month, he's free to do with life whatever he pleases. Although I'm also aware that I'm not the only person he has an impact on. So I suppose I do hope that someday he'll come to realize the error of his ways and make himself into a person that Erica can be proud of. After Derek and I were divorced, I took my daughter Erica and moved back in with my parents. We've been there ever since. One thing has changed for me, though. I was intending to quit my part-time job and find full-time employment after the divorce. Seeing as though now I'd need to support Erica all by myself, part-time work just wasn't going to pay the bills. So I went to my boss and told him of my intentions, but guess what? He told me that the company, and just that morning, started looking for a new full-time permanent staff position. And so, starting next month, I will no longer be a part-time worker, but a fully fledged full-time permanent employee with full benefits, too. Now, the one issue is that my office is kind of far away from my parents' house, so I'll have to deal with a longer commute than I'd like. My plan, though, is to save up enough money in the time between now and the time Erica's going to start preschool to move into an apartment that's a bit closer. So the next 2 years until Erica graduates from high school look like they'll be a bit hectic around here. However, I'm extremely grateful to have the full support of both my parents and Derek's parents. My parents are gracious enough to provide us with a place to live, and they also said they'll help look after her if I ever need to work on the weekends. Meanwhile, Derek's parents feel so guilty about what their son put me through that they're sending me all sorts of gifts for Erica. Not just birthday presents and the like, they've also been sending me school supplies that she'll need come next fall. With all the people I have around me who care deeply about me and my daughter's well-being, I'm sure that things will work out somehow. Derek broke promises to my daughter left and right, but I want to do everything I can to not be like him. I want to always put Erica's needs first and raise her with all the love and care she deserves.